Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be Lachlan's 3.5 month update, which is absolutely crazy. I want to apologize that this is up late. I am going to do his update up until this moment so that our next update can be updated to 4 months. But we had no internet for 2 weeks, so even though I wanted to film this update, I wouldn't have been able to upload it and wouldn't have been out of date. So I thought I'll film it today. I'll get it up today. Today is Sunday. He's actually 15 weeks on Tuesday this week, so this will go up today so you guys are up to date with what's happening with Lachlan. He's not with me right now because he's actually currently having nap time, which is the only time I can really film, because otherwise right now he really wants all of your attention. So I will film now and I will insert some photos and maybe hopefully a video clip with him later in the video. So let's jump into some stats. Lachlan was 5.9 kilos at his last weigh on our scales. He was 5.8 at his last maternal health nurse weigh, but 5.9 on our scales recently. He is 62 centimeters, and that was last week as well, and he is 14 weeks. So he will be 15 weeks, like I said, on Tuesday. He's currently breastfed every 2 to 4 hours completely. He's no longer getting any sort of formula. I will do a complete video on how I built up my milk supply from completely formula back to breastfeeding completely. I will talk about that in another video if you guys are interested in that, but he is completely breastfed every 2 to 4 hours, and I will talk about that in a minute as well, because that includes overnight, because the 4-month sleep regression seems to have hit. What else is new with us? I believe Lachlan is actually starting to teeth. He's starting to get the bottom 2 middle teeth. I don't know if you'll hear him start crying. My husband is home, so he's watching him. His bottom 2 teeth are coming through, and he is drooling a ton. He wants to chew on everything, including hands, fingers, his own hands, his own fingers, your hands, your fingers. So that is where he's at right now, and I can sort of see them coming through, so that's good. He's currently wearing double zeros, which is 3 to 6 months. He does still fit into some of his 0 to 3 month clothes, but we've mostly moved him to the 3 to 6 month size just because he's getting quite long for the 0 to 3 month size. He's not a very fat baby, but he's very long, so he's sort of growing out of them lengthwise. Can you hear him crying? He's fine. He's with my husband. This sort of last month has been a real concern of me crying wise. He has just been getting more and more agitated, crying a ton more, a lot harder to settle. He's a lot harder to settle than usual, and I've seen the doctor, I saw the maternal health nurse, and everyone just kept telling me, no, it's normal crying, it's normal crying. But to me it was not normal. He was screaming. He would be sleeping very soundly and then he would wake up screaming. So I was like, no, I want a second opinion. I was chatting to one of the girls at my mother's group, which I will talk about in a second, and she said maybe go see a chiropractor, a baby chiropractor. So there is no bone cracking involved. They only work with the muscles. And I took Lachlan to see him last Thursday, and he has been diagnosed with a possible milk protein allergy, which I was cutting dairy previously because I thought that might have been the case, and it completely is. I think that it completely is. So I've cut soy, dairy and egg out of my diet because the protein in all of those are very similar and they can affect him in different ways, and egg did used to affect him as well. So I've cut all of those out of my diet. Very fun. And we saw the chiropractor, and when we drove to the chiropractor, the whole 25 minutes there, Lachlan screamed his whole head off. There's nothing I can do. I can give him the dummy. I stop, go to give him the dummy. Doesn't do anything. On the way back, he whined a little and slept, which is a miracle for our baby. Like, whatever this chiropractor did is working. We will be seeing him again very soon. I'll be seeing him on Tuesday, because he thinks that Lachlan had a bit of birth trauma because I had such a quick labor, and also because I had no fluid. Lachlan was in quite a cramped space. He sort of might have messed with some of the muscles, and he thinks that loosening up some of those muscles make a big difference, and I can already see results. So if you guys have sort of issues like that, I highly recommend finding a pediatric chiropractor that works with newborns, because mine does. If you guys are in the western suburbs of Melbourne and you are looking for someone, send me a private message and I will give you their information. Oh, he's also hit a few milestones. So he has started giggling, which is so incredibly cute. Baby giggles are the best thing in the whole entire world. It's so sweet. He's also rolled over from his tummy to his back. He's only done it once and it really freaked him out to do it. But he did that the day he turned 3 months, which was freaking adorable. And yeah, that was so cute. And he's still using the white noise for sleep, which you might hear going past my hallway, because my husband has got him down for a nap, and if he wakes up he'll just sort of settle him. And he is babbling a ton. He will sit there and talk to you, obviously not making any sense whatsoever. Hi little man, you want to come sit with mommy for a minute? We might interrupt this programming so we can say hi to this little chunky. Hi chunky monkey. Oh,
here's one we prepared earlier.
Here's one we prepared earlier. Hi, can you see yourself in the camera, little man? Look, Lachlan. We are absolutely obsessed with our feet at the moment. We're gonna press beepo to see if he'll look at the camera. Where's Daddy got? Where's Daddy got? You just want to look at your feet. Hey, you just want to look at your feet. You gotta look up here at the camera, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh, look.
Everybody get up! Everybody get down! Clap your hands fast now! Yes, slow it down!
So this is my little monkey, who is not so little anymore. Like, he is pretty big. He's a pretty big little baby. And like I said, he is just babbling lots, obsessed with his hands and his feet. He's found those this week, this month I should say, and it's so cute. So Lachlan loves his playmat, which you saw in my last video, and it's right next to me. He loves his bouncer, which I'll insert a picture of. He also loves Beepo, which is the toy we were just playing with, which looks like this. And his tummy flashes and makes noise, and we love it.
Yeah.
And we love this cat noise, which you would have probably heard in my last video. This makes some weird, like, flashy music noises, which he absolutely loves. This one's probably his favourite toy.
How have you got him sitting?
Huh?
You have him sitting like I do.
Yeah, he's sitting.
Crazy positions.
He's sitting up. And he likes this cat toy here, which doesn't make flashy noises, but he likes aesthetic jingles. Should you go back to Daddy? We might try and get some more video later, huh? You go back to Daddy, say bye. Whee! And yeah, he's still babbling a ton. We're using the Love to Dream Swaddles at the moment, which are the ones where they keep their hands up like this. Again, I will link them down below. And he loves those. He sleeps really soundly in them, and he can self-soothe by sort of chewing on his hands, which is nice. So Lachlan loves, like I said, his bouncer, his playmat, Beepo, and those toys. He loves chewing on everything and anything that he can get his hands on. He hasn't quite got the whole grab and put in the mouth thing with everything. He'll do it with your fingers and your hands and some toys like the dummy, but he hasn't quite got the grabbing and putting in his mouth thing. He's getting there though. He loves when you go and which are his favorite noises in the whole world. He will giggle regardless if you make those noises to him. He thinks they're so funny, and he tries to copy. He'll go, which is super sweet. And he loves his change table / getting his bum changed, which I think is weird. Most babies don't like it. He loves it. It makes him so happy. He's smiley and happy, and it's amazing. At this stage, we have a pretty amazing routine with him. He does every second night is bath night. Every other night he gets a wipe down. And you know, my husband does the routine, but we sort of do either bath, pajamas, lotion, tummy time, back rub, sort of massage time, pajamas, sleeping bag, feed, bed, or we do feed and then again the same sort of routine. And we do that every night, and that's when we get our best stretch of sleep. We put him down between 6 and 7. Every night he'll go down between 6 and 7. If we are out and about, we will put him in the pram in his sleeping bag between 6 and 7 to make sure he's still keeping his routine. And that's when we get our longest stretch of sleep, and that stretch of sleep may go till between 9 and 11 o'clock, so which is pretty good. Our main issue is once he wakes up, he is going to want to wake up every 2 hours afterwards and feed, which is not like him at all. Up until about 2 weeks ago, or probably a week and a half ago, he would sleep till about 11, and then he'd sleep till about 3 or 4, and then he'd be up around 5 or 6. Now it's, once he wakes up, he wants to be up every 2 hours and feed, and he will not go to sleep unless he is fed. So that is what we've been doing the last week and a half, and I'm pretty sure that is our the 4-month sleep regression hitting a little bit early. So any of you guys have tips on what to do with that, how to deal with it, if they're going to grow out of it, if it's something that they'll settle and get used to, please leave me a comment down below or message me, because I'm at a loss of what I'm going to do. That is pretty much Lachlan at the moment. As you saw, he's getting really big. He looks like a pretty good mixture of both my husband and myself. He sort of has my eyes, my nose, my mouth, but he has my husband's ears, he has my husband's hairline, he's got my husband's smile. So, little bit of a mixture of both, and he's definitely got my husband's height. He's a tall baby. But yeah, otherwise, life-wise, we are pretty happy. I mean, the chiropractor has made such a big difference that we're really enjoying him a lot more. I mean, I'm enjoying him at this age anyway, it's so much fun. But now that he is not screaming in pain, in the pram, in the car, anywhere that he's not being carried, then it is so much more enjoyable for us. So I highly recommend checking out a pediatric newborn chiropractor if you guys are having sort of the similar issues. So I think that's everything I need to talk about. I have blabbed on for quite some time, and I think it's probably time to let you guys go, because this video is already 12 minutes long. I'm going to try and edit it down a little bit. Don't know if I'll be able to, but that's okay. So I'll leave everything that I spoke about, if I can find it, linked in the description down below. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I will see you guys at his 4-month update, and I also have some videos I want to film in between, so I will try my best to get those up as well. I really want to film how I relactated. I really want to film a little bit more about that. Oh, the other thing I was going to mention is I have also joined a mother's group this month, which is really exciting, and a pram walking group. So on a Tuesday afternoon I have mother's group, which is amazing because I can meet other mums my own age, and I can meet other mums who have babies my, Lachlan's age, and it's so wonderful. I've made quite a few friends. And then I also go to the pram walking group, which is a lot of the mums from the mother's group go to that as well, and that's just a 2-hour walking session where we go for a long walk around my area, and then we have play group afterwards. So that is amazing, and I highly recommend trying to find a mother's group in your area if you are a young mum, or if you're a mum that doesn't have friends that have babies, because it's really supportive to have. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you liked your little sneak peek of Lachlan, who joined us a little bit early than I was expecting. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!